Hi, you guys. So I have got a very special book from the library, and this book comes from a country inside of Asia. And this is not the biggest country in Asia, but the second biggest country. I wonder if you can remember what that country is called. It starts with the sound ch, ch, ch. This country is called China. This story comes from China, and it's called The Empty Pot. I wanted to look really quickly at the title of this book. Do you remember when we did Silly Sailor and we were working on our sight words? Well, here's the word the. That's a word that we need to memorize, and it's in a lot of different things. So this book is called The Pot. The Empty Pot. A long time ago in China, there was a boy named Ping who loved flowers. Anything he planted burst into bloom. Up came flowers and bushes and even big fruit trees, as if by magic. Everyone in the kingdom loved flowers too. They planted them everywhere, and the air smelled like perfume. The emperor loved birds and animals, but flowers most of all, and he tended to grow his garden every day. But the emperor was very old, and he needed to choose a successor to the throne. I want you guys to see there's a peacock here in this picture. So an emperor is kind of like a ruler, or we have a president. And in China at that time, they had what was called an emperor, a ruler over their country. Who would his successor be? And how would the emperor choose? Because the emperor loved flowers so much, he decided to let the flowers choose. The next day, a proclamation was issued, and all of the children in the land were to come to the palace. There they would be given a special flower seed by the emperor. Whoever can show their best in a year's time, he said, will succeed me to the throne. The news created great excitement throughout the land, and children from all over the country swarmed to the palace to get their flower seeds. All of the parents wanted their children to be chosen by the emperor, and all of the children hoped that they would be chosen too. When Ping received his seed from the emperor, he was the happiest child of all. He was sure he would grow the most beautiful flower. Ping filled a flower pot with rich soil, and he planted the seed very carefully. He watered it every day. He couldn't wait to see it sprout, grow, and blossom into a beautiful flower. Day after day passed, but nothing grew in his pot. Ping was very worried. He put new soil into a bigger pot, and then he transferred the seed into the rich, black soil. Another 2 months and he waited, but still nothing happened. And by, the whole year passed. Spring came and all of the children put on their best clothes to greet the emperor. They rushed to the palace with their beautiful flowers, eagerly hoping to be chosen. Ping was ashamed of his very empty pot. He thought the other children would laugh at him because, for once, he couldn't get a flower to grow. His clever friend ran by, holding a great big plant. "Ping," he said, "you're not really going to bring You're not really going to the emperor with an empty pot, are you? Couldn't you grow a great big flower like mine? Well, I've grown lots of flowers. Better than yours, Ping said. It's just that this seed won't grow. Ping's father overheard this and said, You did your best, and your best is good enough to present to the emperor. Holding the empty pot in his hands, Ping went straight away to the palace. The emperor was looking at the flowers slowly, one by one. How beautiful all of the flowers were, but the emperor was frowning, and he did not say a word. Can you guys see Ping? Can you find Ping in this picture? See how all the other kids have big bright flowers in their pot, but here's Ping up here. His pot is empty. Finally, he came to Ping, and Ping hung his head in shame, expecting to be punished. And the emperor asked him, Why did you bring an empty pot? Ping started to cry, and he replied, I planted the seed that you gave me, and I watered it every day, but it didn't sprout. And I put it in a better pot with better soil, but it still didn't sprout. I tended it all year long, but nothing grew. So today, I had to bring you an empty pot. It was the best that I could do. When the emperor heard these words, a smile slowly spread over his face, and he put his arms around Ping. And then he exclaimed to one and all, I have found him. I have found the one person worthy of being emperor. Where you get your seeds from, I do not know, for the seeds that I gave you had all been cooked. So it was impossible for any of them to grow. I admire Ping's great courage to appear before me with the empty truth, and now I reward him with my entire kingdom and make him emperor of all the land.